Hello. Today I'm going to talk about this guy. I have heard of him, I have seen pictures of him, but I've never really known what he did. I know his case was related to some possession like thing, but that's all I knew. I did a little search to know what he did, to know his story, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about David Berkowitz. He is also known as a son of Sam, or as the 44 caliber killer. So David Falco, which is his birth name, was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953. Shortly after he was born, his parents separated and put him up for adoption, and he was taken by the Berkowitz family, who renamed him David Berkowitz. So as a kid, people around David noticed that he had violent tendencies like thieving, destroying property, killing animals, and setting fires. So when he was 14, his adoptive mother died, and his adoptive father remarried. So David and his stepmother didn't get along. So they moved to Florida, and David stayed in New York and enlisted in the U.S. Army at 18. So when he was 21, he moved to a small apartment in Yonkers, New York. And then a year after, he found out that his birth mother, who he thought was dead, that she had died at childbirth, he found out that she was still alive. So he went to meet her, but she seemed distant and not interested. So David felt like he was unwanted, not only by his birth mother but by all women. So he lashed out. So on Christmas Eve 1975, he followed two teenage girls on the street and stabbed them from behind with a hunting knife. Both girls survived, but neither could identify their attacker. So David moved to a two-family home in Yonkers, but reportedly his new neighbor's dog kept him up at night with his howling. He would later claim that the dog was possessed and had driven him to madness. So on July 29, 1976, after acquiring a 44 caliber gun in Texas, David approached a parked car in a Bronx neighborhood. Inside the car were Jody Valenti and Donna Loria. He fired several shots into the car, killing Donna and wounding Jody. He found out the next day in the newspaper that he had just killed his first victim. So he went on a killing spree that lasted 12 months. So by the time he completed his 8th and final attack, he had killed 6 people, wounded 7, and most of them were couples in their cars at night. After his 6th attack in 1977, he began leaving taunting letters with the New York Police Department, and then also to a daily news columnist. It was in these letters that his satanic alias Son of Sam and the 44 caliber killer were born. So by the end of David's killing spree, New York had gone into some sort of a panicked lockdown. Several of his victims had long, dark hair, so women in New York started to dye their hair or buy wigs. The search for the so-called Son of Sam was the largest manhunt in New York history at the time. The end of the killings came on July 31st, 1977, when David killed Stacy Moskowitz and seriously blinded her companion Robert Violante in the Bath Beach neighborhood in Brooklyn. After this happened, police received a call from a witness who had seen a suspicious-looking man near the scene holding a dark object and taking a $35 parking ticket from his car window. Police searched the area's ticket records for the day and pulled up the plate number of the 24-year-old postal worker David Berkowitz. Thinking they had found another witness to the crime, the police arrived at David's apartment. They saw his car, and inside it was a rifle, a duffel bag filled with ammunition, maps of the crime scenes, and another letter meant for the authorities. So they arrested David. In custody, he informed the police that a man from 6,000 years ago, named Sam, spoke to him through his neighbor's black Labrador retriever, and he commanded him to kill. When police searched David's apartment, they found satanic graffiti on the walls and diaries with details of his cruel activities. After 3 separate mental aptitude tests, it was determined that David was fit to stand trial. He pled guilty to all charges and was given 6 25 years to life sentences at the Shawangunk Correctional Facility in Wellkill, New York. 3 years later, David would admit that he never truly believed he had been possessed by his neighbor's dog. David is currently still in prison. He is a born-again Christian with an official website, and he calls himself the Son of Hope now. I mean, I don't know if I really believe in that kind of redemption. I don't know if you can really change when you had those type of behaviors or when you did something so bad, you know? I don't really believe people can change that way. He still has to have some evil in his head to me. But I don't know, that's just my humble opinion. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.